Okay. So resume preparation is another very important, how you can showcase your skills, what you know, what you don't know. So which points you need to place in the resume, which points you should not place in the resume. That's a very, very important concept. Basically, whatever the points you are placing in the resume, make sure you are 100% correct, and also you are able to explain the points. So if they ask you something about that topic, you should be able to talk with them. At least you should be able to explain to the interviewer, right? So without knowing, don't keep in single word also in the resume. If you don't know that word, remove that line at all completely. If it is required for that job, you include, but make sure you learn that first. So understand that. So this is any resume. First, you will write your heading with your name, and maybe you can write your maybe quality assurance or so quality software tester, something like that, below your name, and you can put your phone number and email address. That's the first heading you have to give that. Then first it will come professional summary. So you have to write having 6+ years of or N+ years or X+ years of experience in software testing with a wide variety of projects and environments. Or you can simply say having 6+ years of experience in testing the web applications. Or simply you can write. Or if you worked on different projects, and this statement is a correct statement. So make sure you frame the sentence. Okay, that's the first point. You have to tell your first while telling in the interview also. So Ramesh, I'm having around N+ years of experience in software testing industry or IT industry, testing the web-based applications. That's the first point, you can write it. Then immediately second point is exposure to all stages of SDLC, STLC, and bug life cycle. So this is the mandatory step, second step. And experience in defect management tool, you can put only Jira. So we know Jira, right? So only Jira you can so talk about that, because now it is a famous defect management tool or project management tool you can put. So experience in project or a defect management tool, Jira, only Jira you put, because we have this knowledge. We just otherwise leave this, only Jira you can put it. Okay, so this is the tool Jira, because you practice on Jira, so have experience only on Jira. Okay, next point you can put having experience in Agile Scrum methodology, having experience in Agile Scrum methodology. So that point you can add 1 point. And next point, so well versed with the creation of test artifacts like test plan creation, test scripts test scripts will come only for automation, but you can write a test cases, test summary reports, and traceability matrix also you can put test cases and traceability traceability matrix, and test scenarios and test summary reports. So you can frame like this also. Then, so next step should come immediately. I think here, so Azil point is here. Maybe this point is enough. I'll put on the top because it's very important. You should have here. So experience in Agile methods and participating in different Scrum team activities. So that's good enough. That point is good enough. So this is the different Scrum team activities. That's a good point enough. And next, you can write other point. I think here we covered. So well versed with the creation of test artifacts, test plan, test cases, test script you can remove. Okay, test script you can remove because that's a automation testing point. Test cases, traceability matrix, test scenarios, and test summary reports. Okay, so these are the points you have to good. So next, and you can write one more point here. So we covered the defect project management tool and Agile Scrum methodology and test case preparation. And okay. See, this is the one next. Extensively performed smoke testing, functional testing, integration testing, regression testing, system testing, retesting, browser compatibility testing, and ad hoc testing. So these are all you can mention. Or even you can say one more point. If you are experienced, you can say this point. So participated in UAT testing also. If you are experienced person, otherwise leave with that. So these points are enough. And next, if you know, if you have idea on the API testing, so you can put this API testing also. Okay, API testing also you can include. So this point also important. Experience in web services testing, REST API testing. So that I'll come, but still I want to talk about more. Having experience with different testing techniques black box, techniques like so BVA, ECP, and decision table testing. So okay, like BVA means boundary value analysis, equivalence class partitioning, and decision table testing techniques. Make sure you are perfect on these areas. If you are not good, don't keep them. Okay, this point. And having experience with different SDLC models like waterfall. Definitely, if you write this point, it will ask you waterfall and V model. So that means you worked on this waterfall V model. Then immediately question will come. So what is the difference between waterfall and agile methodology? So common question, this one. And then next point you can put for the manual testing. So having experience with different operating systems. If you already know how to operate a different operating system like Windows, Linux, if you know only this, all optional for you. So MacBook, okay? Because you need to test on the different operating systems also, your application. That is a one point. And then you can write experience in or knowledge in API testing. So if you don't have experience, but you are practicing now, right? You can put experience in API testing. So you can say experience or knowledge. It's up to you based on your understanding and skill set. So knowledge means you didn't work, only you know. Experience means you already worked with the APIs and you tested them manually, you can say that. Experience or knowledge in REST API testing. Now you can say performed, next to performed, extensively performed. API testing using Postman too. That's enough. These are the points good enough for the manual testing. So make sure this experience, how much you are planning to put. So that all depends on the experience you are putting. So the customer will ask, right? The companies will ask, I want this many experience. So just change the experience and go and attack it. Nothing wrong, okay? And also, if you put a knowledge on SQL, make sure you are learning the SQL also little bit. Good knowledge in SQL. Knowledge you put, so that's enough. So that if they ask you, you should be able to explain. Okay, mainly they will ask giants, and then they will ask some queries, simple SQL queries, right? So that I have given on our blog also, how to get the second highest salary or first highest salary. So they will ask, you should have some functions, max function is there. And second highest means you have to write some subqueries. So that, just look into our blog SQL topic. There you can find these interview questions on SQL. If you are confident, only put this point. Otherwise, don't include this point. If you are not confident, if you don't know anything on this. So that's all on the summary piece, the summary section. So these are all automation. Don't keep this. Okay. Next, you have to so ability to learn new technologies and tools quickly. A good team player, you have to write a good team player. Something you have to add extra these points. This also you can put. Okay, 1 point. Then second section is work experience. So where you are currently working. Currently working as a so software engineer. You put a software engineer. Okay, so software test engineer. So different companies will give different no designations, role. You don't need to worry about that. So it depends on the company. Or you want to put test engineer, you put as a test engineer, not a problem. But make sure you clearly and for the particular company from so and so, from this date to this date. So if you are you want to put a consultancy, right? That consultancy, you should not write the consultancy name. So you always put the client name. Okay, you always put the client name here. Like you are working for Tech Mahindra. Which company you don't want to go? More background verification is there. Put that company name. I'm working for this company. I am on the payroll with this consultancy. Clear this point for everyone? So what you need to put? Currently working for particular company, either Tech Mahindra or TCS or Wipro, which company you don't like, you don't want to go to that company name you put. So that, but make sure where you are working, somebody will ask, right? So make sure you are able to answer particular location and the brand, the building, everything. One, you prepare for that. So because while they will check whether you are fake or genuine by asking such kind of questions. Make sure you are well prepared on this. Which company you are putting, that company location, the building, and which building you are working, and everything you can tell that. Okay. Nowadays, anyway, it's a work from home, right? You can tell if you are starting with 3 years. 2009, I just went to this company, but later COVID started. I'm working from home. Okay, so just joined and then working from home. Or you joined in the COVID period, you can say that I just virtual joining. So like that. Okay, so that kind of you can write here. Okay. If you multiple companies you work, you can mention. Otherwise, leave this. Okay, only one 3 years, 4 years you're putting, just put in same company, but tell the I'm on the payroll with this company. Okay. Next, so third section is education. So your education you can mention here. So I have completed a master's of computer applications or BTech from JNTU. So with so and so percentage, if you want to mention. Otherwise, leave it. No, unnecessarily don't go into deep. Just say I have completed in so and so year. That's it. And then technical skills, what you know. So you mention the fourth section. Testing concepts, manual testing, and you can. So mainly manual testing means you can mention. So testing concept, manual testing, SDLC models. You can mention Agile, waterfall, that one. Then tools, Jira tool you can mention. That's enough. So in this section, you don't need to mention anything. Next section, projects. Projects you need to mention. Projects you have to put at least based on number of years of experience. If you are if you are working in the product based company, one project is enough. If you are working on different clients, you have to put at least 2-3 projects. Prepare, get the projects from your friends or anybody, and that project, make sure you have a clear explanation on that project. You should know, okay, what are all the modules are there? So which module you worked and what that module will do, what the project exactly. what this application will do. You should know that you write as a description here. Okay, so your description is mandatory here. So project name, and then who is the client and what are the environments. So you worked on that. Then project description you write. So after that, so these are the points: roles and responsibilities. So roles and responsibilities you have to write. So project below you have to write this. After project description, these roles and responsibilities you have to write. I'll share these roles and responsibilities you can use for manual testing. Okay, first, so analyze the user stories. I'm preparing the test scenarios, test cases, and test data, because the word is coming here, preparing or designing. So just put a design the simple, beautiful words you can use. Design the test scenarios, test cases, and test data based on user stories. If you're working agile methodology, you have to use user stories. Okay, so this is the point. Next, this point is not applicable for you. This is for automation. Okay, it's not useful for you. Next, this also not useful for you. Okay, here, next. So prepared test environments. So if you are good in the different environments, test environments like so QA, staging environments. So different companies, different environments, and UAT environments. You can tell that. If you are participated only, this is optional. If you participated, for your experience, you won't participate, leave this point. Okay. If more experienced, you can put this point. Next. So once you get the next point, what is the next point? Execute the test cases on the environment.
Review the test cases is not there. Review the test cases.
I can add that point also. Participated in test case reviews. Here you can put one more point. Participated. That's important. Participated in test case review meeting. Okay. So this also you can add one point. And execute the test cases on given build. So then while executing, so you can write so reported the defects, in so Jira tool. You can say participated in daily Scrum meetings, daily Scrum calls. Okay. So updating the test status. So then you can say participated in bug triage meetings with development team. So then you can say this, okay? Defect call also you can call. People will call participated in bug triage meetings or a defect call, okay? Whichever you like, you can put defect call with the development team. So then I can say next point, performed regression testing and retesting. So you can say that perform regression and retesting. Then we can say so. So this point is enough here. This point you can put raise, and so here we reported this one, right? Raise, and you can say so raise and track defects until closure and retest resolved defects. So again, you can put that. Maybe you can mention Jira tool, but you're using Jira tool to report the defects. That is also fine. That point is enough. Next, next point, reviewing the test reports and test summary reports. Preparing and reviewing the test reports. Reviewing the test reports and preparing test summary reports. So these are the roles and responsibilities you can. And maybe if you are testing a browser compatibility testing, you can add that point also. So we can just say performed functional testing, right? Here somewhere we performed regression and that thing, performed functional end-to-end regression and retesting. So you can mention like this. But make sure you understand functional end-to-end regression means what, right? So these, even integration testing also you can tell that. So integration testing also. Integration, regression, and retesting. So these are the roles and responsibilities you have to. So give this. Let me paste this. So where you can put this below the project. First project name you can write. Then client name, project description. So after these roles and responsibilities, you have to write. Okay, clear? Any questions here? So let me paste here, make a note of all this roles and responsibilities. Each project you can put same roles and responsibilities, no issues. If you want to increase, you can increase. I'm leading the project. So make a note of this, okay? So this is the complete resume preparation for manual testing. Any questions?